War Factory Day, a nice little break from warships. Gonna use some zookas today, which is also a refreshing change. For me anyways, I really do enjoy using the squishiest of the troops. Before we get going, let's get into this bit. Please consider throwing my code zmoT into your creator boost box. Yesterday was the lowest day ever as far as people using my code. I think there was 10 people across all of Boom Beach using my code across all Supercell games. So figured gotta pump that up a little bit. Let's have a look at War Factory, see what can be done. This one, if you've got Grenadiers or Bombardiers, Screams go left. You can get all of the shields down fairly easily. There's no grapplers in sight, so Bullet will just stand there and get shot in the face, and your Bombardiers can clear all of this stuff. Likely a solo. We'll get to that in a minute. This video is all about showing you how to take it down as a low level, and then we'll move on to some more fun stuff with 1 or 2 more hits after the fact. This is an HQ17 base. We've got some statues that are going to help us out a little bit. As you can see there, troop damage not going to help us out much. GBE not going to help us out much. If you have questions about my armory or my statues or my levels, whatever, let me know. This is the standard stuff. Let's get Everspark out. I think I saw some quick opportunities for her to help us out. Obviously, you have to be XP37 and have Everspark level 3 to use her in the way that she was meant to be used. Or the way that she's been used anyways. So we need to get rid of 2 rocket launchers, I would say, and then probably 4 shock launchers, maybe. If we go to the right-hand side, it looks fairly reasonable. Obviously, for low levels, those hot pots are going to be a bit of a pain, but overall, this doesn't look too awful. We're just going to ignore those shields. Going to cost us some troops. Going to be, I would say, I would give this like a 6 or maybe like an 8 out of 10 on difficulty for low levels, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Getting a little bit of difficulty. I sort of enjoy it just because it's a nice change, but for high levels, this is going to be super easy. So trying to balance that. Supercell has their tasks cut out for them, balancing between low levels and high levels and difficult and easy and fun and all that sort of stuff. Did not get the double hack. That is unfortunate because now I can't... See, the problem is here, I'm not going to be able to double hack. So you know what? Let's get rid of that rocket launcher right there just because it's farther along. And then at least we don't have to walk quite so far. So we've gotten rid of 2 rocket launchers. Now we're going to throw all of our meager little wimpy GBE on this left-hand side Doom Cannon. Getting rid of it will be helpful, assuming that we can actually do that. And now, can we get... Yeah, we can get 1 extra artillery, so we're going to drop 1 boat of zookas, click the retreat button once, and then just hang out for a minute, wait for that box to explode, drop our artillery on that Doom Cannon, and then retreat. And the reason why I'm retreating is not everyone has instant training, so trying to use as few troops as possible so anyone and everyone can copy this guide. You guys all likely know this by now. If this is your first time at the channel, do let me know. Love to have some first-timers here, but I don't know how many first-timers there are in Boom Beach these days. Let's get flaring. We're going to walk back there. A little bit of a peek, not that concerned. And now we are going to be able to double hack here. It's just a matter of, because we have such low GBE, this is going to be a difficult base for us. So did not get a double hack again. 0 for 2, but we can guarantee to double hack this time because we're going to pop out a smoke and not go underneath smoke. When you throw your smoke, it dictates if you can double hack or not. So getting all of the shock launchers down. Obviously, we could just walk up to those with troops and shock them and remove them, but getting rid of them using a Everspark hack saves us a bit of time and troubles. So now that that's done, let's... should we get 1 more? You know what? We can get some free GBE over here. We're going to drop a couple troops over here simply because there's lots of GBE over here. Going to get a couple artillery out onto that Doom Cannon, just trying to get rid of it, clearing up that whole left-hand side so that we can... I mean, it ranges slightly over into that core hit, so we need to get rid of that. Otherwise, it's going to ruin our hit for certain. Going to click retreat yet again, and as soon as these boxes are done, and that artillery has landed. We're going to retreat. Lost one zooka, but all of these cells or crates or whatever the heck you want to call them, we wouldn't be going there anyways. So I like to get rid of boxes while we're sitting here waiting. And now we only have that last one remaining shock launcher, so I'm actually going to drop troops this time. We're going to bring all of our stuff over to this right-hand side, probably lose one or two to those boom cannons on drop, but we're going to save a smoke, and we're going to drop Everspark first so that she drops on that far right-hand side. That way she's not going to get hit in the face. And now we're going to walk all of our troops over into about here. Oh, this is going to be scary. Walking all of our troops along that right-hand side, coming in right to there, and then hoping that Everspark is within range of that shock launcher. We're going to find out right. Nope, we are not close enough, so we need to move slightly closer. There we go. So we moved a little bit closer, and we got Everspark to pop that shock launcher using her hack, and now we just need to hope that we have enough GBE for a shock, which we do, and now we can shock the doom cannons and the hot pots all at the same time, which is going to help us as long oh, we're gonna look at this. We're just gonna get absolutely roasted. Did not plan that well. Was really hoping that either we would do enough damage to the hot pots or we'd have enough GBE for a shock, and so now we are behind the 8-ball in a big way. So trouble. Almost forgot about that doom cannon back there. Getting rid of that doom cannon is probably going to be our savior, so don't sleep on getting rid of the doom cannon. Let's go get that boom cannon down, get a little bit extra GBE, throwing it all the way back here. I basically had forgotten and thought that we had no troops left at this point. I'm going to retreat, though, because we're going to save those boxes for our next attack. Going to give us a little bit of GBE, and now we're going to have to spend some diamonds. Speaking of diamonds, if you want 29 diamonds a day in that neighborhood, do check out the description down below. There are a bunch of task forces that we have, and all of them are going to give you daily diamonds. We do daily operations, and if you look in the description of a lot of task forces, they say daily operations, and then if you go check their stats, and it says like 19 operations per month. So we do on very rare occasions, usually on Thursdays, because War Factory doesn't give intel. Nuno, please hook us up with some War Factory intel numbers. Daily operations are so critical for upgrading quickly. They allow you to get free diamonds, and so I highly recommend, if your task force skips a day a week, 2 days a week, those are 30 diamonds a week. That's 120 diamonds a month you are missing out on. I do not recommend that at all. I mean, the biggest thing I hear from people is that they're playing with their friends. Bring your friends. We got room for them, and if not, we are in the process of making a new task force. A little bit of a spoiler alert right there. We're going to get all of our troops underneath this smoke before that shock blaster ruins our life. Okay, what do we got here? We're going to shock right about there. Did I get... No, I did not get the shock. Let's get one more shock. I totally screwed that up. I tried to do the Lego shock, and the Lego shock only works if it's 4x2, and this was definitely not 4x2. That boom cannon is gone, so now we just need to come over into here. So the attack that looked like we had totally and utterly screwed it up, I think we're going to manage to pull this off, just because I think the number one thing we did right was getting rid of that doom cannon right there. We're gonna find out if that pays off in the next couple minutes. We're going to hit a hack, hopefully get rid of a couple more flamethrowers, and then we should have this nice little snuggle spot, a term coined and trademarked by Silly Merp. By the way, I do miss Silly Merp. For those of you who are long time channel viewers, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. Anyways, we are sitting here burning this core. Not terribly difficult at this point. I mean, the most difficult part was the fact that we couldn't hack all of those shock launchers because we have low GBE numbers. So if you have to, do consider boosting, because if you were to boost, you would get this down very easily. I don't have enough GBE. Hopefully you guys have better GBE statues than I do. It is incredibly depressing to have a GBE 22 statue. any more GBE, and it would have made this far, far easier. So we are now at 10 minutes just to do War Factory. Obviously, if you don't have instant training, you need to reload troops. I would recommend taking longer. Don't spend your diamonds. You're not doing it live, unless you are doing it live, obviously. But I'm going to share these attacks with my task force. Anyone in our task force gets to see these attacks before the public, because obviously there's more attacks to happen, and I have to encode and upload and all that sort of stuff. So one more bonus of being in the task force. I'm going to pause in a second. We're going to come back and use some bombardiers and some bullets. So do stick around, show you what I was talking about as far as that likely solo. Now I'm going to totally screw it up now that I said that. Back in just a minute. Do stick around. I gotta say, I am incredibly envious of all those XP70s and 71s that I'm seeing. Look at that, Madman Hell, level 71, our first 71. I am just so far behind on upgrades. Having more than one account just does not do well for that. We're gonna get some grenadiers mixed in here. Not sure if you guys noticed, but I saw some mines when that core blew up that I want to get rid of using our friendly neighborhood grenadiers. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop, see right in there, all of those mines. Definitely want our grenadiers to help us clear some of those. And then we're going to just go off to the right and hope that the bullet gets shot in the face and our bombardiers do everything else good. And so I'm going to drop him slightly over to there. And then we're going to drop all of this stuff over in here. So bullet hopefully will stay out in front. These guys, you dum-dum. You see how bombardiers like to spread out? It drives me insane. So little bit of a problem there for sure. We're going to flare back into here, getting a shock out there just so that bullet can get out front. I'm even going to use an energy drink. I don't recommend doing this at all, but sometimes you just got to waste some GBE to get bullet where the heck you want them to. Grenadiers clearing hopefully a number of our mines. That should set us up for all of our troops just walking up to the core at this point. There should be nothing that's going to stop us unless I make a dum-dum and forget to watch bullet. That's about all we need to do right now, is just watch Bullet's health, make sure we keep him somewhat alive. Now, with Bullet, you want him to get into the red. He does way, way, way more damage when you let him get into the red, but you obviously have to balance how far into the red you'll let him go. So now that we've got all of that stuff cleared out of the way, we're going to smoke Bullet. I let him die. Of course I let him die. Like I said, I am terrible at the bullet. So now we need to use this GBE to get rid of these rocket launchers. I said it was going to be an easy solo, and then I did not pull out soon enough. So innuendos aside, we're just going to move all the way in on the HQ, and we should be able to solo it at this point regardless. I mean, there's nothing within range. We got rid of those doom cannons, we got rid of the hot pots, we got rid of the rocket launchers. At this point, if I don't solo, I will be absolutely and utterly amazed. So now we just need to ignore some of those boxes and crates and whatever the heck else they're called, and then just walk up to the core. So I promised you a solo, and sure enough, here is your solo. Probably, oh man, encoding. My computer, I swear, every day I have to fight with this. I have a ridiculously fast laptop, but of course it is a laptop, and as a result, it gets hot. And I think as soon as I talked about not pulling out quick enough, it got super hot and heavy and just decided that nope, it wasn't doing it. So nonetheless, I think we've got enough range. Uh-oh, maybe we don't have enough range. Might have to throw a smoke out in front just to give us a little bit of extra distance. And now it looks like we've managed to solo War Factory just like that. Like I said, bullet in front, just so strong. You just have to be careful as far as keeping him alive, obviously. That's going to be it for me today, keeping it short and sweet. I don't believe we can GBE that for the first time because these tribes absolutely stink. Like, just not good tribes at all. Nonetheless, Supercell, if you're out there, please consider adding intel on War Factory Day. I've said this once, I've said it before. right in here, we took 1 attack to attack Gearhart. I think Gearhart should give you 4 intel for soloing it. 1 intel for every unused attack. That would be a great incentive for people to solo it instead of doing it the lazy way like me. Speaking of intel, quickly going to destroy these NPCs, and then I'm going to call it a day. So as always, thank you for coming in. Do consider subscribing for more goodness. I shall talk to you soon. Keep booming those beaches. I'm zmoT. Peace!